So I was pregnant. I mean, really very pregnant. And I was going to dinner with my husband so I could go back to the office to finish the presentation that I was working for. Now, it was very important. And actually, I think it was. But when I think back about it, I think that's kind of crazy, right? And I did this until we released results for the presentation that I was working for our investors and so on. But I really felt like my job made a difference and I was there to do my job. And it wasn't for me, like if I didn't do it, it wouldn't matter. I've worked in other companies where I thought, well, if I don't do that, it's going to get done by somebody anyway, or I'm going to do what I just need to do, like what I'm told to do, if it's 9 to 5 or whatever. So you know exactly what it feels like when you have not liked your job and when you've been disengaged. But I think this number 15 is sad, because if all of us want to have meaningful work, what are the other 85% of the people in the world telling you that all of us need a job, okay? We have bills to pay and things like that. So that means there's 85% of the people who can't just quit, but at the same time, they're just dealing with it. And that's really uncool. So like any business, this started out as just an idea. And the more we looked into the idea, the more we developed the idea. On one hand, the more attached we became to the solution, but I think I became even more attached to how big this problem is. How like humanizing the workplace isn't about me selling you this platform. This is about people wanting to go to work and do meaningful work. We live in very amazing technological advanced times. So it's hard to believe that people need to go to work and not every day, but like really have like a bit of buzz about it, whether it's pride about it or have this internal satisfaction about it. Obviously pay and making sure your family is okay and meeting all of the safety and security needs are wonderful. But since we've gotten beyond that point for most of us, isn't it time that companies also step up? Because I think we as employers want employees to deliver full engagement, their commitment, motivation, if it needs to get done on the weekend, that should be obvious that people want to give up their time. So I think as an employer, we're asking a lot. Well, you get what you give. And it's no different in this relationship working with people. And it almost sounds like I'm talking about a religion, but wouldn't the world be a better place if more people woke up in the morning and wanted to go to this office and do something and felt like they were doing something for the betterment of all of us?
And just add something, because you're totally right. And it happens that I share this idea of how to talk to the employee. But after the question from the first row, it came to me that it's so needed. Because if you don't feel this change, that a lot of pressure comes from not from money to the what do we do together and how we do it together. If you don't feel it as a company, as an employer, it means you're in the deep.
So I'm on stage at Google's Innovation Campus in Warsaw, Poland. And this guy, he just didn't believe me. He's like, I'm a business owner. Are you telling me that only 15% of my team is satisfied, that these 85% are just coming in? And while I tried to explain to him that, yes, as a matter of fact, that's what I'm telling you, he really didn't believe me. And he was so passionate and so energetic. And I think part of the audience even thought, well, what's he going to do next? We're a little bit concerned. Okay, so you say you have your own company? Okay, so here's the thing. There's people in your company who don't like their jobs, okay? Really. The only reason they haven't left, these 85% that are sitting in your office right now, you know why they haven't left? Because they haven't found another job yet. And what's amazing is that the same person at the end of the talk stood there with me for the longest time saying, yeah, I think I really need to find out what my team and what my people are actually thinking, because I see them there and I assume that since they haven't quit, they haven't resigned, that's the same as them being engaged. And this is just fantastic. And I thought, well, yeah, it's good if you at least start to think that just because you have a warm body in a chair is not the same as an engaged employee.
I can tell you most people that are younger, and telling you from working in software sales and seeing with the people that I work with, we literally as friends will talk, and even in some cases, people will be sitting in their jobs looking for a new job. And as soon as a better job comes up, they're gone. They don't care. And the only time that I've ever sat with any managers were ones that were not understanding that potential person was literally, it really comes back. It's really as simple as wasn't engaged.
Because engaged employee is the person who cares about the business like you do. An engaged employee is interested to do his best all the time and really without drama, right? And then there's a lot of people who are just phoning it in. And worst of all are the people who are actively disengaged, which means they haven't found another opportunity yet, but they're still on your payroll and in your environment. And this is just destructive for your growth. There is a better way. There is a way to hire to achieve the growth that you've set out to achieve. The way to do that is by implementing the new model of hiring. New model of hiring, the focus is on engagement. Engagement means having people on board who care about the business as much as you do. How do you engage people? By delivering on their basic human needs. So how do we, as employers, address these needs? Well, the safety and security one, we have easily addressed with a paycheck. The need for growth is addressed by offering employees a clear career growth path. The lack of professional opportunity is the number 2 reason why employees leave their organizations, why they quit their jobs. The need for connection is the next fundamental human need. And this need is satisfied and addressed most with the relationship that individuals have with their managers. Dissatisfaction in the relationship with their managers is the number 1 reason why people leave their jobs. The new model addresses the need for growth by clarifying the growth path for the employee. The new model addresses connection by ensuring a compatibility with the hiring manager and the employee. And it addresses the need for contribution by being crystal clear about the values of the organization and the purpose of the organization. So how do we do that? Well, it's what we call a data-driven hiring model. You need to develop a database that you can assess compatibility with, that you can assess values with, and that can store all of the answers to the questions that you've asked per position. And this is the basis for filtering and sorting your candidates. This is the selection criteria that'll allow you to confidently determine who you need to reject, who might make it on your shortlist, and finally, who are the top candidates that you need to take time to interview. My name is Meenal Joshi. I'm the founder of Open Elevator. Our mission is to revolutionize the workplace and address the global crisis in workplace engagement. You're now eligible to use the advanced Open Elevator platform to make smart, data-driven hires. To publish your first position for free, click the button below, enter your details, and get started. You're just a few moments away from using Open Elevator's proven algorithm to hire the best talent. You'll no longer rely on guesswork and a recruitment lottery. Instead, you'll ensure your applicants are compatible with your organization and the person they'll be working for. The number 1 reason employees leave your company is the poor relationship they have with their manager. Your company deserves to have a proven hiring system that addresses this and hires for engagement. In fact, your future growth depends on it. So go ahead, click the button below, enter your details, and publish your first position for free straight away.